Hey everybody, welcome back to Joe's Tech Tips. I am your host, the Associate Department Chair of Social and Behavioral Sciences over here at Odessa College. I hope everybody is doing all right. Today, you're watching a video over how to set up your overall grade schema. So, whenever you're cloning over a class, you might end up accidentally bringing in the grade schema and what have you. Sometimes it brings in properly, sometimes it doesn't. If it does, great, good. You can adjust it after you have it. It's already set up, so you just need to adjust it. If not, you're going to have to set it up, and that's what I'm going to be looking at here. So this is a brand new course, empty as can be. Whenever you go here, it will have nothing. You'll have this little bottom here to set up your overall grade. The only thing that's kind of set up in here is attendance. You might need to adjust that a little bit to make sure that's going on. So you might want to go and click on your attendance way over here to make sure this is correct. This looks like it's correct. See, I already got some students in here. So I need to create an overall grade book. Now, I obviously will bring over one that is going to be in the future. But if it's not there, then I can click on this here, and I can do points, weighted, or advanced. Points is your classic point system. This can be kind of problematic because attendance will count as 100 points. There's no way to adjust that just yet. Recommendations have been sent to Anthology, which is Blackboard's mother company. So we'll see if something comes about in the future. So some people still do points, and that's completely fine, 100% fine. You just have to make sure you weigh things correctly in your class. If your core shell is through weighted and you want to switch it to points, just make sure you readjust everything to the way that you need it. Weighted is the most standard that we see a lot here at Odessa College, and this will create categories, which will create your overall grade and what have you. And advanced can create a bespoke style customization. This can create grading curves and things along those lines. You can play around with that, but be careful. When in doubt, go with a weighted. So I'm going to click weighted, and it's going to click next, and it's going to generate these basic ones. Now, whenever I clone over my core shell, it will have different areas, different items. Like I don't use the form, so there's no reason for the form to exist in mine. But you want to make sure that this is weighted correctly to you. So I'm going to make sure that no category gets nothing. I want to make sure that forms get nothing. I want to make sure homework gets nothing. I don't use any presentations. We do have quizzes, we do have tests, but what's the exams? Is that the final exams? Is this going to be the midterm test or what's going on? So you figure out where your items are because they will populate this, and you can adjust those items location inside your item design. I'll show you that here in a moment. But you want to make sure that this is to the percentage that you want. Once you do that, everything else will adjust itself. See what I mean? And it will adjust to it of what you need. So there you go. And it will lock it. Once you lock it, it won't fidget with you. You can also display these grades. I highly recommend you displaying these grades to your students. You can display them as a letter, point, percentage, or incomplete, complete. Don't use the incomplete, complete. I'd probably only recommend you using that on assignments, such as if you're doing a bonus point assignment for your SEI, and you just have a percent of a complete or incomplete for them. But students get a little confused on that. I recommend percentages or letter grades unless you have basic 100 points for each item. Because if it's an assignment that's worth 300 points and they get 250, they don't know what that means. It's like, is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? I mean, it's mean that you earned 250 points, but you know how students are. So sometimes they want to see the percentage. Oh, I got a 70% on that. I got a C grade on that. That's a little bit more easier for most students to compute. You can still switch around to going a point-based system or an advanced-based system here and play around with uh, averages and things along those lines as you build your stuff. Now, then I talked about putting your items in the appropriate categories. I'm going to close that out without saving because I'm going to have to bring that over. Let's go ahead and go into one of my courses that's already pre-built and look at these guys here. Now, I don't have any of the due dates correct or anything like that, as you can see. And my overall grade is not even set up in here. But I'm going to click on assignment here. I actually created customized grade categories for my own leisure and the students' leisure as well to allow an indication of these things. So this is where you would create your new ones. You can click on that gear or you can click on that whenever you're in the actual assignment and change it up however you want it. No category, tests, journals, discussions. If you have customized categories like I created, you already have your measurements that I put out. 5% for attendance and AI conversations. 15 for OCCMA project. Whatever you want to do, you can adjust these. If you have these, if you are one of my history junks and you have one of these and you don't want that, you can make it up. You can throw this thing out and make it all point system if you want. Letter grade, percentages, you can change that of what the student sees of that assignment. So their overall grade could be a letter grade, but their individual items can be points. I usually do percentages for their overall grade, but points here. You can also play around with all these things. This is how you turn on your proctoring session here, right down here. We don't use Respondus, we use this one. Time limits, goals, and standards. Assignments that are aligned with things will be aligned here. No reason to mess with that. You just need to mess with time limits, question feedback, whatever you may want on these assignments. Play around with it, get to know it, ask questions. Your department chairs and directors are here to help. Please ask questions. The more questions, the merrier. I know some of them may be grouchy. Some of them may come off like cranky old men. Sometimes I do. Ask my students. But I am here to help. Just like whenever I tell my students, I'm here for you. I'm here to help. You always reach out. I will try my best to never steer you astray. So reach out if you have any questions. Anyways, that is it for the overall grade. That was the main reason for this video. If y'all want a more in-depth on how to create an assignment, I can create one of those a little bit later. I'm still figuring out what other trainings we can play around with and design. So either way, I'll see you guys in the next one. Y'all have a good day.